I'd like to call on Pastor Joanna Gregg, Chair of Referencing Council. We have a resolution of gratitude.
On behalf of the Committee of Referencing Council, I move the following resolution of gratitude. A resolution of appreciation and gratitude to the South Carolina Synod History Matters team. Whereas, A History of the Lutheran Church in South Carolina, 1971 to 1987, was published in 1988. And whereas the Reverend David A. Donges, Bishop of South Carolina from 1996 to 2008, recognized that the story of God's people in the South Carolina Synod, Evangelical Lutheran Church in America, needed to be updated to include the missing years of history. And whereas the Synod Council, meeting June 29th through 30th, 2007, supported the need for an updated history and appointed Deacon Dorothy L. Jeffcoat, Chair, Celie M. Addy, Communications Coordinator, South Carolina Synod, the Reverend Dr. James All, Bishop Emeritus, South Carolina Synod, the Reverend David A. Donges, Bishop, South Carolina Synod, Jeanette Bergeron, James R. Crumley, Archivist and Consultant, and Dr. Susan M. McCarver, Associate Professor of Church Lutheran Theological, Southern Seminary, Church History that is, to the History Matters Coordinating Team. And whereas the team envisioned that the updated history be a 3-volume set titled History Matters, including a book for congregational histories, historical narrative, and leadership directory. And whereas the Reverend Herman R. Yost, Bishop, 2008 to 2020, and the Reverend Virginia S. Abisher, Bishop, 2020 to present, have supported and encouraged the continued work of the History Matters team. And whereas History Matters Congregational Histories from 1824 to 2017, Volume 1, was completed in 2017 with histories from 167 congregations, recorded on 557 pages. And whereas History Matters Historical Narrative from 1824 to 2018, Volume 2, was completed in 2019 by writers Jeanette Bergeron, the Reverend Wayne Canaday, and the Reverend Dr. George Anderson in 418 pages. And whereas History Matters Leadership Directory Volume 3 has been completed in 2022, including biographical sketches of about 1,400 rostered ministers who have South Carolina Synod connections from 1732 to 2022 in 480 pages. Therefore, be it resolved that the South Carolina Synod gives thanks to God for the faithful work of the members of the team completing the History Matters project. Deacon Dorothy L. Jeffcoat, the Reverend David A. Donges, the Reverend Marion Panning, and be it further, oh, I skipped a line, forgive me. That was the Reverend Marion Clark, the Reverend A. Glenn Boland, Bobby Burns, and the Reverend Kathleen Panning. And be it further resolved that the South Carolina Synod give thanks to God for the sponsors and friends who contributed generously to the History Book Project, and to the David and Carolyn Donges Fund for Ministries for the financial support of History Matters. And be it finally resolved that the South Carolina Synod, meeting in assembly on June 12th through 14th, 2022, express their appreciation and gratitude to the members of the History Matters Coordinating Team, sponsors, other volunteers, subcommittee members, writers, and contributors, with a rising vote of thanks with applause.
Thank you for that. I have here, I believe, somewhere back there in the bright shining lights, some members of the History Book Committee, and I invite them to come forward this time. This history project that began in 2007 has been a monumental task. It's an act of love by several members of the committee who contributed time, dollars, talent to get this written for all of us. We're especially grateful to Deacon Dot Jeffcoat, who chaired the committee and kept the project in front of everyone to bring it to completion. We all know that history continues, and what is already written is but a launching place for the next chapters. We are so grateful for this work and the opportunity it gives us to get ready for the volumes to come. Let us give them our thanks once again. Thank you. And thank you for coming to be with us as well.